right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another live episode of the Callous Mind Talking Heads Sportscast. In today's episode, we're reviewing Week 5 of the 2024 National Football League schedule, going over my prediction results, and I have a story I want to share with you as a new hockey season fires up. I want to start this episode by acknowledging the previous weekend's college football games. Ranked teams really had a tough time. I don't know if this is a record or not, but number 1, number 4, number 9, 10, and 11 all lost. And I would love to know if that many teams in the top 25 have ever lost in the same weekend prior to this. And if you know, feel free to leave a comment below. I also want to begin this video by wishing all the October birthdays out there a very happy birthday. Those on my side include Paula, Mary, Jay, Grandma, Kathy, Shelly, and Pat. And so there were some really gritty football games in Week 5. So let's go ahead and get into looking at those right now. So the tough games started immediately on Thursday night as that NFC South matchup between the Buccaneers and Falcons went into overtime. That game actually looked like, the Bucs were going to walk with it for a while. But wouldn't you know, Atlanta kept close, and they ended up pulling out the win, which is a big win for them at home and in their division. So kudos to the Falcons for getting that win, because that was a high character win. Sunday's games, the Jets-Vikings were in London, and the Vikings did pull that out, and the Jets lost that game. And breaking as of today, I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but the Jets have fired Robert Saleh as their head coach after a 2-3 start. So that's was very surprising. Looked like it just came out at 10:12 a.m. Eastern time. So I don't know if that's a real great move, quite honestly. Seems to me like he was a pretty solid coach. So I think he's kind of taken the heat for, last season, Aaron Rodgers being out. And let's face it, the Jets haven't been all we thought they could be this season offensively. However, does that responsibility fall solely on the head coach? Because I know Robert Saleh is a defensive guy. So, but I don't know. That's what happens when you coach in the NFL. So back to the Week 5 review. So the Jets did lose to the Vikings. The Bears smacked the Panthers. So good for the Bears and Caleb Williams getting that win. Look at Caleb Williams was 20 of 29 for 304 yards and 2 touchdowns. So good for him. Got to highlight this Ravens-Bengals game. Man, this game was a knock-down, drag-out fight. Unfortunately for the Bengals, they came out on the wrong side of that. But the Ravens get this win, and all of a sudden they are 3-2 and looking pretty poised again in that NFC North. Or I'm sorry, in the AFC North. The Dolphins, the offensively inept Dolphins, beat the offensively inept Patriots, and the Dolphins scored a whole 15 points and won. So good for them, but classic AFC East matchup, and so the Dolphins remain one game ahead of the Patriots after beating them head-to-head there. The Commanders put a whooping on the Browns. And look at Jalen Daniels' numbers, 14 and 25, 238 yards, 1 touchdown. And he also had 11 carries for 82 yards. So once again, I think Jaden Daniels is going to just be a nightmare for people apparently, because look at the Commanders, 4-1, and the Browns are going in the opposite direction, spiraling down the toilet bowl at 1-4. The next game was a doozy as well. The Colts versus the Jaguars. That's the AFC South, and man, they played it like it was a bitter game. Bitter battle, tough. But the Jags came out on the right side of that, and kudos to them for getting that win at home and at least bringing themselves up to 1-4. And how about the Bills and Texans? Can't say enough about that game. It looked like it had gotten away from the Bills early on, and then they came back and tied it, but they just weren't able to finish it off. And the Texans get this big win. And this, again, is another AFC team against the Bills getting a win that could prove very, very important later on in the season when we start talking about playoff positioning and things of that nature. Now, to me, going into Houston to play wouldn't be as bad as going on the road and playing outside in like Baltimore or something. But now the Bills have lost to both the Texans and Ravens, and those two teams are most likely going to be, competing for a playoff spot, and the Bills would have to theoretically play them sometime in the playoffs. So just saying, the Bills are not doing themselves any favors. So if you're a Bills fan, you probably got to be a little concerned about their inability to beat these a little higher echelon teams within the AFC. The Raiders go to Denver and lay a stinker, and it doesn't help your cause when your quarterback's throwing pick sixes, and that's it. So unfortunately, no hoisting the colors this week. The Cardinals and 49ers, classic NFC South, right? And or NFC West rather. And the Cardinals go on the road and get that big win in San Francisco. And this is probably a combination of luck and San Francisco's inability to continue to put the ball into the end zone. As you can see in this box score, the 49ers scored 10 in the first quarter, 13 in the second quarter, and 0 in the third quarter, and 0 in the fourth quarter. So kudos goes to the Cardinals defense for that second half shutout. The next game, the Packers and Rams. Look at that. I mean, that was a pretty hard fought game there too. But the Packers go on the road and squeak out a win against the very injured Los Angeles Rams. So, and then this game kind of surprised me here with the Seahawks and Giants. I mean, kudos to the Giants to go to Seattle and getting this win. I mean, good for them. The Seahawks had been winning kind of up until the past 2 weeks this season with Geno Smith as their quarterback, and they seemed to do okay last year with Geno as their quarterback as well. But I just don't know if he's the guy that's going to take you to the next level. But I guess as long as you're competitive in this league and you put butts in seats and get fans out to your games, then that's half the battle as well, right? So, but the Giants get that win right there in Seattle, so good for them. And in the Super Bowl 30 rematch, the Cowboys beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 20-17. This is a score that's probably reminiscent to a lot of these previous matchups in the history of this particular matchup. But the Cowboys got the better of the Steelers, and the Steelers fall to 3-2. And then on Monday night, the New Orleans Saints go to Kansas City and lose, which, that's not a huge surprise. There's a lot of teams that are going to do that. So that's it. So let me pause and get a drink here, and I'll get into giving you my results and read you that funny hockey story. All right. Okay, so my 2024 NFL Week 5 pick results were 8 wins and 8 losses. So I'm 500 again. I'm not upside down, but it's a straight break even. And once again, this is why I don't wager a lot on football games, because anything can happen, and it usually does. All right, so I don't know if any of you guys saw this earlier this year as we were approaching hockey playoff time. There was a story that came out on Outkick, and so this was published April 29th, 2024, and I'd been meaning to get around and reading it, but I didn't want to do necessarily just a standalone video for this one story. So published April 29th, 2024, Sug Me Off 69 LA Kings jersey sends security lady into a panic. I thought this was America. It turns out, of all the things you cannot do in Los Angeles, it appears you cannot position a Suck Me Off 69 jersey behind the Kings pregame show and not behind Aaron Andrews' husband, Jarrett Stoll, as he tried to analyze Game 4 of a first-round playoff series against Edmonton. Social media was buzzing Sunday over the fun 69 jersey that caused Crypto.com security to freak out. Comedy is dead. Watch this lady rush in to save the Los Angeles viewers from a Suck Me Off jersey. Oh my God! Here we gotta watch this. Maybe it's in this clip right here. Oh my God. She's telling the guy that he's got to move because he's right behind the TV camera. Oh my God, that's hysterical. That's hysterical. Let's see, where were we? This is a complete overreach by the security lady. Did she even consult Hockey Reference to make sure that's not some former Russian-born Kings player who wore number 69? Vladimir Sukov was a famous Russian painter. Is it really out of the question that there could be a Sug Me Off out there who's a hockey fan? I'll speak for the millions of hockey fans around the world here by saying that this lady jumped the gun. If security let him into the arena, then they were fine with the jersey. Hands off, Suck Me Off. And this isn't even the first time the Suck Me Off has been spotted at a Kings game. This guy is turning into something of a legend. Los Angeles needs to embrace him before the season ends in the next few days. The Kings are down 3-1 in the series. The Suck Me Off's days are numbered this season. Oh my God. All right, man. Some Tuesday funnies. That is incredible. I will leave the link to this story in the description box eventually. I just don't have it out there right now. And I think that's pretty much going to do it. And let me just check my show notes and make sure that that was all I wanted to say here. Yeah. All right. So before I go, I want to say a very special thank you to the new subscribers and people commenting and joining the conversation. I do sincerely appreciate it. Got to shout out Adam. He's been in the comments, and everybody else who's commented. All the new subscribers. The interaction has been incredible. Last week when I did 2 videos, or one live stream, 1 upload, and a couple of shorts, my views just exploded, and I've also increased my subscriber count. So, you know, a dream would be able to actually, a dream of mine would actually be able to make money doing this. It would be very cool. But those are really high expectations, and probably not something that would ever happen. But anyway, I do sincerely appreciate you guys. Thank you for taking some time and spending it with me always. I don't take you for granted. I really do appreciate your viewership. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all those fun things. And I should have another video out tomorrow with the week 6 predictions. So until then, please, please, please be good to yourselves and each other, and I'll talk to you soon. God bless.